Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 29 of Direwolf20's Server Play series. Hanging out with a couple
Hello.
good buddies of mine. What's up, Soren? What's up, Rorax?
Hi.
Nothing much.
So I'm keeping an eye on my mod
Go on.
essence, and it looks like we're doing pretty good with the stuff. Also, honey, I could probably use more honey. Seed oil I'm doing pretty good with, though. I'm pleased. Added a few things off camera. I could probably clean up some of the mess I made. Basically, wanted to have this set up here so that I've hooked up the whatchamacallit to my AE system. There we go. Nice and tidy. So the carpenter that we have down here, now we're going to have a mob essence thing eventually, but I also have the honey, so we're going to need another carpenter to use that honey. But for now, I've got, a good amount of stuff going on with it. I would like to do this. You know what? I have an idea. I want to keep at all times, like, probably 2 stacks of honey in my ME system out here, just so I can use it for bealizing and trializing. But I also want to automatically convert stuff into liquid honey, so I should work on that. I've also made changes to the mob grinder system we set up last episode. Last episode, I had conveyor belts, and basically what was happening was all the animals kept, walking on the conveyor belts, and it was very frustrating and annoying. And so therefore I set up a second, a 2-tier system. Basically what I've got going here is, this guy exports the young animals into the pen, and they just hang out down here and, grow up. And then once they've grown, the chronotyper here exports the adults into this one, and the mob grinder turns them into items and mob essence. Pretty stable. Because, the animals were just derping. We saw it at the end of last episode. Don't hurt the cows, Soren.
It was with the egg.
Yeah. I see all kinds of, damage indicators going on over there.
Eggs.
And all the animals love your hat.
They do.
It's a cool hat. You can't go wrong.
Fucking-
Soren,
follow
Rorax,
me.
how's your base coming along?
I'm building a big thing that involves 27 energy storage cubes.
Oh.
Yeah, except I'm lacking pink slime, so creating effective mob grinders is harder than it seems.
I just made myself an XP extractor. Yep.
One of those weird double syringe things.
Yep.
So evil.
Come here, Soren. I need to extract your experience. Now, unfortunately, I don't think you can do it to other players.
I'm running now, I don't care.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
Although that would be kind of fun. In a mad scientist kind of way.
Why is mob essence... It must not be registered normally as a liquid or something, because I can't create, cans of it. I can only work with buckets.
That's not why. A modder would have to make the texture an item ID for it, which is why fluids are going to be such a nice thing.
Ah, the new fluid system that Lemming's working on?
Yeah. Basically, it'll allow for things like aluminum can to hold any fluid registered without the modder to go in and say, okay, this needs to be held by it. Let me go do some extra work. Then it'll have it so a modder doesn't want their fluid in it. They can say that instead.
Okay.
And no render on their side would be done.
So it looks like for every 1 level, you get a bucket of mob essence. So I'm extracting my levels, Soren, and turning them into mob essence.
Interesting.
Oh boy, look at that.
116?
Yeah, pick them up for me. Drink one.
I don't think
drink
I
it?
want to.
Drink it!
No, I can't.
Sure you can.
I need a straw, I assume.
Yeah, make a straw.
Derby derby.
There we go. So, guys, what I'm really focusing on is trying to get a bunch of mob essence, because you can do all kinds of cool stuff with this thing. And why aren't these buckets being picked up? I'll figure it out later. They're probably just phantoms. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Hold on, I want to watch Soren drink out of the straw. There you go. Good job. Wow, mob essence is a pretty slow-moving liquid.
When we sat down to play Minecraft Beta all that time ago, did we ever think that we'd be drinking experience through a straw?
Pretty much no. Also, it appears that if you stand in the mob essence, you get night vision for a minute. That's kind of cool.
But it seems drinking it didn't seem to do anything. Oh, I got a level. Never mind.
Yeah, you get a level for drinking it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got 1 minute worth of night vision for standing in mob essence.
As did I. Oh.
That's gonna make a mess, isn't it?
Oh, what you do, dude? You make
Slow-moving
messes.
liquids.
Just stop. Just stop. Just let it fall in the
Not
hole.
helping. I'm not helping. I'm doing the opposite of helping.
Oh my god. He's like, alright, I got this. Okay.
Alright, I don't have it
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm helping.
I no longer have it. I don't have it anymore. Alright, so
I'm glad that wasn't lava.
that's alright. So I've got the XP extractor, I've got liquid mob essence, and we've got the mob grinding system here. It seems to be working pretty well. Nice. Look at that. Killing the cows, picking up their drops. Again, the excess drops that you get here every now and then, we don't have to worry about. It's just the way things work. But it's all good, because we should have plenty of stuff coming in now. So we should have like a good amount of leather and a good amount of other good things. Alright, we'll be back in just a minute or two. You know what I want to work on is that automatic honey storage thing. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. And I'm doing stuff.
Of course.
So what do I want to do here? Soren, could you get me a couple wood facades?
Sure.
So this guy's set to only export when there's a redstone signal. Okay. So what I'm going to do is then set up probably something along these lines. Let's see. That.
B-room?
Yeah. Alright, turn off redstone signal for now. Alright, let me have those facades real quick. Hooray! Facades are so cool. They're just tricky to apply sometimes correctly. I've still not gotten good at making
You
them.
need to remove these two blocks to place them on the wall.
Really?
Yeah. Have with it too.
Okay, so export bus and level setter again. Alright, so I'm going to get some honey drops. And I'll say level setter emit a redstone signal when you have emit when levels are below 128, emit when levels are above 128. There we go. And then you over here, active with signal, honey drop. So what this should do, honey drop, there we go, and turned on. Good. So it starts exporting the honey drops. Now, once we get less than 128, so basically 2 stacks, it should stop exporting the honey drops. Does that make sense? And I do want to eventually move these things around, but...
Orox, do you still have my stream open?
I have it open. Looks like chat's not loading.
Alright, so it's not just me. Fair enough.
And then, of course, I have an export bus, or an import bus on the front here, so that it pulls the propolis out of the squeezer that gets created and throws it in the network. Excellent. I like it. You know what? I'm going to store the facades in here. Cool. I really need to clean up this whole derpy system, but I don't know. It's working for me. I've got all my bees all set up with all kinds of good traits, like, you know, nocturnal and flyer and high productivity. So everything's running even though it's nighttime, so that's awesome. This guy should be... probably just junk most of these drones that we have in here. Yeah, we don't need any of these anymore. Okay, so that works. So now, Soren, we should have enough honey to start. Like I said, I want to make a carpenter real quick. We should be pretty close to being able to make an alveary. And why are there mushrooms in our basement?
Through this wall, there's mushrooms out here. They're growing through the wall.
They can just randomly grow on things like that?
They grow in a certain brightness, and it's low enough in here.
Even on smooth stone and brick and stuff?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
The only time you would need grass, dirt, or psyllium is for when you want bigger mushrooms.
Ah. Okay. Interesting.
Indeed.
I think the best thing I ever did was teach our AE crafting system how to make AE components.
Yes.
There's a lot of them. Alright, where's that import bus? Come on. Crafting, crafting. There we go. Basic
Very many
import
lemons.
bus. What's that?
We're not getting very many lemons.
No, we're not, are we? I thought those lemon trees would do better, but they're just not. Maybe we need a separate grove just for lemon trees. I'm thinking that, you know, the 3 or 4 lemon trees we have are just insufficient.
Yep.
Maybe we need a separate tree farm.
I will set an area out for one.
Okay, that's cool. And then we could just plant some more lemon trees. And we'll just litter it with just lemon trees. And then I could have like another walnut tree here. So we could do like the 3 walnut trees in this farm and then another farm with, you know, whatever you want.
Yep.
Lemons.
Seems...
Alright, mob grinder's working. I did throw a bunch of stuff in here and it's on and running. So we have tons of wheat, tons of carrots. I'm feeling good about this. Lots of mob essence to come. And in a future episode, probably not for another episode or 2 at least, but I'll start showing you guys what we can do with mob essence. As you already saw, you can drink a bucket's worth to get a level, which is awesome. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, we're back just to demonstrate the fact that the squeezer is no longer being filled up with honey drops. That's because the level emitter is not emitting its redstone signal, because we're at 127 honey drops. So as more honey drops go into the system, they'll instantly be exported, but this thing will always make sure to keep 2 stacks worth, which should be plenty for my purposes, you know, for trializing and bealizing. Speaking of the trializing, I haven't been working on that much because frankly, it's a bit of a nuisance, but there's a better way to do it once you get alvearies. So that's why I'm working on the liquid honey and the seed oil and all that good stuff, because basically what I want to have here is a huge amount of honey so that I can make my alveary. And then I'll show you guys the new way to do tree breeding, which is 100 times better. All right. But I'll be back because we're not quite there yet, so we're going to work on some other stuff for the next episode or 2 until we get enough honey. Alright guys, you know what? I came up with a pretty cool idea for a design for something, and I think I want to start messing with it now. It's a little bit early because I really don't have much mob essence yet, but hopefully my animal farm over here is going to keep producing a good amount of mob essence for me so I can start messing with this design. I have a neat idea, Soren.
Yay!
Alright, so first off, I want to create an auto enchanter. Boom. I don't have nearly enough stuff for that. All right, so let's get some plastic sheets and some machine frames and that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna ask for like, I don't know, 4 machine frames. I don't know, like 10 plastic sheets and redstone reception coil. We can get a few of them. Cooking, excellent.
My chat diary is recording to YouTube chat. I am streaming.
I agree. Alright, do we have redstone energy in this direction? We do, right? Excellent. Alright, let me set out the design I want for this. So the very basic thing I want to have is here to here with like things going across it. There to there with that stuff, and from here we might do something else. Yeah, that'll work for now. That's a basic design, so it should be pretty straightforward. Alright, do I have on me? I don't. So we could overcomplicate this or not. I need more gold. But for now, this will work. This is just the beginning of what should hopefully be a pretty nice system for enchanting, Soren. Sound like a plan?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. So here, now I know this is like our liquids room, but that's okay. This is also the room where we use liquids. Here I'm going to place the auto enchanter. And there's 2 things that auto enchanters need. One of them is power. Yoink, plenty of energy. And the other is mob essence, right? So we're going to want to liquiduct. I could probably do this. Alright. See how much trouble I can get myself into with this build. Mob essence flowing. Cool. Now, what can we do with this thing? Well, it basically works as an automatic enchanting table. So it'll use mob essence. So remember, mob essence is basically experience, right? So it's, if you think about it, it's basically, oh, we have lots of honey, that's nice. Mob essence basically acts like experience, okay? So, you know, you can drink it to get experience, you can extract it to create mob essence from experience, and when you kill mobs with the grinder, instead of them dropping experience, they drop mob essence, and the mob essence is used to enchant things. It makes perfect sense. So that's stage 1, mob essence, auto enchanter. And as you can see in the interface there, you can set the enchanting level. What you doing, buddy?
Crafting.
Why is that?
Nothing.
What are you making?
Nothing. You can look at my stream and see what I'm making.
Yes, I can look at your stream and see what you're making. So here's something that's always bothered me about the whole book thing, right? Books have several annoying qualities to them, in my opinion. Number 1 being that when you enchant a book in an enchantment table, it uses all 30 of your levels, but you're only allowed to get 1 enchant instead of like the 3 or sometimes even 4 that you can get from enchanting an item. The second thing that bothers me about it is books have a really low enchantability level. Items have enchantability levels, which basically say like, you know, the higher the enchantability level, the better chance for good enchants to land on them. Like, you know, oh, player's on. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and throw a golden sword into my enchanter, and we should see the work progress starting. Now, it takes a long time and a really large amount of energy to enchant an item. So mob essence is required, and you can see like our mob essence line should be dropping. Yep. So it's draining mob essence out of our iron tank. It's going to drain a decent amount of it, and it's going to use a lot of energy as well. But we should wind up with a level 30 enchanted golden sword when we're done with this. And I'm going to let that sit and cook. So low enchantability numbers, only one enchant per book. That's what always bothered me about the enchanting book system. And I think I've come up with a pretty good idea to work around that using MFR, Soren. What are you doing now? Besides causing trouble?
The thing we keep saying every video we need.
Oh, good. We do really need one of those.
Oh.
So next up, I'm making an auto disenchanter. Yoink. Now the auto disenchanter requires books. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach our system how to make books. Because we're probably going to need a bit of them. Which also tells me we're going to need some reed farms pretty soon. There we go. Enough books for now. The rest of them will craft. So you're making the wireless access point thingy?
And we need one more, and we should be good to go.
Nice. I was going to do that, but then I didn't. So you can see the enchanter here, the golden sword, it's still getting enchanted. So over here, I'm going to place down this guy, the auto disenchanter. It's real easy. No mob essence required. It does require a good amount of energy though, and a book. So you take an item in here, and let's do this. I'm probably going to run this guy. Probably just run this energy straight over to here like that. I might, change up how the wiring is all done, but for now it'll work. So what I want to do then is, and don't worry, it'll all be automated. All right, back in a second once this is done working. All right, we should be good here now. There we go. So the thing finished, and we got Smite 5, Knockback 2, Bane of Arthropods 5. Well, so much for nice, fancy enchants. But it did give us what we wanted to get. So over here, I'm going to place the golden sword in, and you can see it doesn't require quite as much time, but it does require a good amount of energy to strip randomly one of these enchants from the sword. So basically what I need to do is come up with a way to sort enchanted items and non-enchanted items. I think the enchantment router can handle that. I think. I have to play with it a little bit, though, to make sure. But what I want to be able to do is take all the books that get enchanted from this thing and deposit them in a chest. Now, the only other downside to this is that when the enchantment is stripped from the sword, it's going to cause a little bit of damage. Like so. Quite a bit of damage, actually. But you can see we got Bane of Arthropods 5 off of there, and we got Smite 5 and Knockback 2. Hey, an ME wireless access terminal. Thank you, Soren. Oh, it even works from down here, too. Nice work.
Access point is right here. There's one in the exit controller up there.
Cool.
What else to do?
So you see what I'm building?
Enter.
So here's the thing.
So you want certain things back.
So I just used like one enchantment, to do, we got 3 books off of it. Now the downside, of course, is the cost of gold and the cost of books and the energy use mostly. But energy I'm not too concerned about. We have a good amount of that stuff. Mob essence, we used quite a bit of mob essence for that, but not too big of a deal. So what I'm thinking, Soren, is we can build like an automated system to enchant golden swords and then strip the enchants that come off of them. Now the thing is, you get at least 3, I want to say. Yeah, probably 4 total uses for 2 gold ingots. Now, there is an auto anvil that can repair things, but it's going to cost more gold to repair it than just to make a new gold sword. So I think our approach here should be to just make a new gold sword every time. So we create 1 gold sword, we drop it in the enchanter, and we can do this with applied energistics, right? Just auto-craft gold swords and export into the enchanter. It'll put a gold sword in here. And then once it's enchanted and made its thing, then we export it over to here. I don't think I'll use applied energistics for the exports, but I will, eating all the TPS.
Eggs.
Shouldn't be mine. We don't have that many. And then,
I'll make sure.
you know, probably build craft pipes, but I need to handle sorting and a couple other things. So we'll have to figure out how we want to do that. So give me a few minutes here. I'm going to start working on the automation, which probably won't be wrapped up this episode because I think we're getting pretty close to being done. All right, guys, I'm back. So what I got is wooden transport pipe and golden transport pipe. So this part's going to be the easy one, right? Like, really simple. We're just going to, I'm pretty sure you want to import into the top of this thing, the auto disenchanter. In fact, probably going to want some of this iron transport pipe. That's what I'm going to want, one of them for sure. Okay, so the sorting on the thing that I want, that's going to be the tricky part. But then when we're done, what we want to do is pipe up to here. And basically, I don't think diamond transport pipes can tell the difference between enchanted and non-enchanted stuff. I'm pretty sure it can't. So that's the direction we want to go with that. And anything that's not going to be enchanted should go down here to like a chest. Nope, wrong way. Cool. So this is just a rough draft, guys. I'm probably going to have to do something a little bit more fancy to handle this. I think, because pretty sure this won't be able to tell the difference. But let's say that
It should be able to.
it should or it shouldn't.
It should. I'll make sure it checks MBT.
Pretty sure it's not gonna. Well, let's see what happens. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna get the enchanted sword here. By the way, it got smite 5 and knockback 2, which is awesome. Not. So enchanted swords go down the blue path, and everything else will go down the green path. Does that sound like a plan? Can I put you back in here? No, of course not. Alright, so I'm going to put this in here, and it'll auto-disenchant. And I've got some gates, and a gate. And we're going to set you to redstone signal off, energy pulsar. You do the same thing, redstone signal off, energy pulsar. And now what should happen here is once this thing reaches the top, we'll see the sword come out and we'll see the book come out, and the sword should go back into the auto disenchanter, and then the book should go down into the chest. And then once the sword has no enchants on it, hopefully the sword will go into the chest. That's what I'm looking to see happen. But I don't think it will. But we'll find out in a moment. So first time going through, boom, pulls out the sword, pulls out the book. They'll come up here, and they'll filter appropriately. I'm pretty sure this is just going to send the sword down the blue path. There it goes. And then it's going to auto-disenchant again, for which I'll be right back when it's done, or close to done. Alright, so here it goes again. So this time it strips the Smite 5 enchant off. It's going to do that and that. Now it's an unenchanted sword, so where's it going to go? Nope, didn't think so. So we're going to have to come up with a design that can tell the difference between an enchanted sword or not. Oh, well that's nice. The disenchanter won't accept enchanted items. That's kind of cool.
Then you just need to say nothing goes back.
That's actually not bad at all. If you're not going to accept enchanted items, I can handle that. I can definitely handle that. Alright, swords can go this way. And then what I'll do is I'll grab an insertion pipe.
Oh, that's a top hat now. That's a more reasonable hat.
Did I break something, or what's going on here with the piping? Are the pipes being derpy, or is it me? Oh, alright, it just didn't actually break the iron thingy. Cool. Alright, so you go there. So it'll try and insert, and what I'll need then is... I can do this a lot cleaner, guys, but since we're about to wrap up the episode, I'm just going to do this as demonstration purposes. I'm going to clean this up in a bit. Because I want to have, like, fully cool, awesome automation on all this. Okay, good, it can still open. So that should work. So then if we get a non-enchanted sword like this, it should go straight out. It'll come up here. Because it's a sword, it'll go down the blue path. Then it'll try to go into the insertion pipe, and oh right. Yeah, that's there. That's not good. I wanted the alternate to go that way. I'll probably have to use the diamond pipe here, to be honest with you. Yeah, see, it might go this way. It's the opposite of what I want. I mean, like, ideally that would be cool, but then we wind up with a re-enchanted golden sword with low durability. And when it has low durability, like, there might be 3 enchants on there, but only 2 disenchants left, so we'll lose one of the enchants. So we'll have to see. But for now, we got to wrap up the episode. So next episode, I'll come back, tidy this up a bit, and then come up with some kind of, enchantment storage system. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure routers can tell the difference between MBT data, by the way, now, Soren. So we might be able to use routers on barrels and that kind of cool thing. Anyway, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed episode 29. Take it easy.